Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Mighty Movie Pod. My name is Ryan.
I'm Josh.
And we're back. I always say that. Of course we're back.
We're always back.
That's why the new episode popped up in your subscription hole. So
we're back, like the dinosaur movie.
Yeah.
Anybody remember that one?
No.
No? It was Steven Spielberg. Apparently he felt bad because Jurassic Park, that's the movie he made about dinosaur robots. Jurassic Park, he felt bad because it scared a bunch of little kids, so he produced this animation. I think through Don Bluth, I'm not sure. But it was all about friendly dinosaurs that time travel to the future.
And they're called We're Back.
Yeah,
it's like Theodore Rex.
It's better than that.
What about Tina and the T-Rex? Paul Walker is a dinosaur.
Always doing his undercover thing. He's a person undercover as a dinosaur.
It's true.
He's not. He's dead and is a dinosaur.
Oh my God. Anyway, no, he was cremated on the site of death. So because the car was on fire. Anyway.
Fuck, man.
Anyway, we're back.
Rest in peace, Paul Walker.
Rest in peace, Paul Walker. I'm going to start this episode off a little differently. Normally I save this kind of shit till the end, but I'm going to throw something out there. We got some fun things to talk about this episode. Next episode, though, I was thinking it would be fun to have a little viewer interaction because we'll be a week off from Shazam.
Yes.
So I figure next week, maybe get a few listener questions in. If you'd like to leave us any questions, you can tweet at us. We're at Mighty Fish Pod. You can also leave your question in the form of a comment underneath this video on YouTube or on the SoundCloud or as a review on iTunes or Stitcher or Google. You can always listen to the new episode by asking the Google Assistant to listen to the newest episode of the Mighty Movie Pod.
Opening up a Pandora's box here, man.
Who knows?
We're throwing open the gates of hell here. This is going to go real bad.
Yeah, like you guys are gay. Not a question. Thanks for the feedback. And maybe some listener interaction instead of us rambling on about whatever we're on about. And that'll be the end of that. Anyway, how have you been, Josh?
I've been better since before you asked that question. Now I'm filled with anxiety. No, I'm doing all right. Got a shitty haircut.
Yeah, it looks bad.
I look like Chet from Weird Science.
I just go the whole
route.
Or
like your brother said, I look like Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, yeah. I just go the route of never getting a haircut until it's so bad that people start saying things. Movies. I'm going to talk about one now.
We should talk about movies.
You know what, Josh? I'll let you start. I want to hear about The Favorite.
Oh, well, fucking give it away. Jeez.
Sorry, but I want to know.
I'm not even going to talk about it now. I watched The Favorite, finally. I got to watch The Green Book still, but The Favorite, I rented it. It was
making
available.
your way through the Best Picture nominees.
I'm working my way through them, dude. I didn't get to see all of them, and The Favorite was one of the. Well, I'm working my way through the ones I wanted.
You care about? You're not going to watch? Are you saying you're not going to watch Roma, Josh?
I might.
It's on Netflix. We talked about it last time. I saw it was 2 hours and 20 minutes long. I was like, fuck that shit. Anyway, continue on. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, but I'm working my way through the ones I wanted to see. Like I've got the Favorite and Green Book, and I think one other one. I can't remember what it's.
A Star Is Born.
I think it's Star Is Born.
Check out.
I think it's A Star Is Born is another one I got to check out. And there's one other one I can't remember what it is. But I'll go home, look at one of my playlists.
Look at your list.
Yeah, I think it's on there. But no, I rented The Favorite from Amazon Prime, and it was fucking amazing.
Really?
I really, really liked it. It's filmed very stylishly and very cool. Everything's done in like this fucking ultra wide fisheye. And it just kind of adds to the movie's all about madness. Like, honestly, it's madness and the quest for power. It's one of those movies where they take a shot. They're taking shots at the English aristocracy and the royalty of the time period and stuff. And it's bonkers, dude. It's bananas. It's dark comedy. It's really good. It's one of those dark comedies that ends like all dark comedy could, where like you've been laughing the whole time, and slowly as it goes along, you stop laughing. Yeah, it's not funny anymore. It's just sad.
Yeah.
Really, really good, and she absolutely deserved the Oscar she won, dude.
Yeah, I love Olivia Colman.
Dude, Great job by her. She does a great job of portraying Queen Anne's fucking madness.
Yeah.
She's desperate and sad and lonely, and you get Emma Stone's like conniving and she's evil and she's like trying to fucking rise to power and everything. But what really makes it stand out is it's got that signature deadpan, dry British wit. And the way they filmed it, it really makes me think of a lot of Terry Gilliam's old stuff, where he'd do a lot with the fisheye and whatnot. And it's just the sets and costumes. It's absolutely beautiful. But
saw a lot of the set design and the lighting to it.
It's all natural
I was
light.
going to say, I'm sure. I was just about to say, I'm sure it's not actually, but it all looks like available light.
No, he insisted on using available light.
Really?
And it look. There's these great.
I'll have to
scenes,
check you on that.
There's these great scenes of well, yeah, you're better at that than I am.
I'm gonna watch it. But
there's these great scenes of the staircases are where the available light really shines through really well. Because like you'll get like light shafts of people passing through light. There's every time they go up and down this one staircase, it's really dark and everything. And they use it a lot in the movie, and it's like you're on your way to the Queen's place or whatever, and
it really would
really
set
good.
it. I think it could be actual available light. Now I'm thinking
I think
of
it's
the
all
shot.
available
I'm thinking
light.
of the shots that I've seen, because it really could set a tone and a period in a place with no obviously no electricity.
Dude, if they're
just stick to that.
well, like when they're at the nighttime shots, because there's a lot of
See, and I
boudoir.
haven't seen any. I've only seen like clips from award shows and stuff like that. So I don't think I've ever seen any nighttime clips.
Well, there's a lot of scenes that are set in like her bedroom or Abigail, Emma Stone's character, in her room, in her maid quarters, or off the scullery, that are very obviously only lit by candles and the fire and stuff like that. They're really cool looking. You always make this smile. Just do it. Oh God, you're insufferable. Candlelight and firelight. It's really you deserved that. It's all lit by candles and firelight, and there's just this. It reminds me a lot of the scene from my brain's frying Skyfall. From Skyfall, where the house on fire in the back is really the only light going on, so you get these dark shadows. There's this really cool shot where Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz are talking to each other, and you're getting the light from the window, but they're entirely in silhouette. And that was really cool. I like that shot as well. But yeah, dude, it's just excellent filmmaking. I really liked it. There's a lot of whip pans and stuff. Nicholas Hoult is kind of an antagonistic character. He's to everybody. He's pretty much, I think he's the Speaker of the House or whatever his role. I don't know. I can't remember what he is, but he's like a senator basically.
Parliamentary.
Parliamentary. Yeah. And he's trying to get them to make peace with France and stuff, and he's trying to play everybody against everybody, and he is really great in the movie. He's not a main character, but he's a really good little thorn in the side.
Other than like the intriguing like setting and design and all of that, like what is what keeps you in the story? Is it the characters? Is it the overall story?
It's 100% the characters.
It's just a character piece,
the characters
mostly?
And the wit and the performances and everything, and it's the filmmaking lends so much to the characters and the way that they're shot and everything. Everything's shot really low angle. And for some odd reason, that adds a lot to the storyline. It's really crazy. I don't know why he chose to do that, but like I read an article while I was watching it about how like he purposefully wanted these low angles and everything. And it's like, you're kind of like, because she had like just 17 rabbits in the movie, and each one represents one of her dead kids, basically. And it's like you're almost seeing the movie from the view of the rabbits. It's crazy. But no, Emma Stone's performance is fantastic. Rachel Weisz is incredible. Nicholas Hoult, like I was saying, was great. I really liked him in the movie. And Coleman is just fantastic. She's awesome. They basically take her character from Peep Show and like give her a crown. and you've got her portrayal of Queen Anne. She's just out of her mind, super depressed, and just like her emotions are all over the map and stuff. One minute she's laughing, and the next second she's just like flipping out on somebody. It's like joy makes her. Anytime anybody's having a good time and anyone's paying any attention to somebody else, she's pissed off. And that's what the movie is a lot about, is just like selfishness and like greed and the search for power and how that drives you mad. And the whole movie is just like, it all looks like it's filmed in a madhouse. It's amazing, dude. And is it
the quest for power, or is it the fear of losing it?
It's all that implies, really. The quest for power implies, dude. It's because there's this one scene where Emma's like, she just got married in the movie in this scene, and like she's more focused on what her rival Rachel Weisz is doing, and she's literally just like, she can't be gone. I can't. She should be gone by now. It's she's gone now. I've won. I'm happy. I've won. There's no reason I should be upset. But this silence, this quiet is driving me mad. I have to know what she's doing. I have to be prepared for when she returns. She will return, and she's out of her mind. She's completely insane. And then Rachel Weisz is like a horrible person. She's terrible, and she's mean to everybody, and like she makes no bones about being cruel to the minute she sees Emma Stone, she's like, oh yeah, I thought you'd be great to play as a monster, to play with the children, and it's like, oh well, that's nice. And then like Abigail looks like crap when she first comes in, because she's been on like a coach ride and had to walk through the muddy streets and everything, and she's just like, oh yeah, the mud's real bad, and everybody's telling her how crappy she looks and that she needs to clean up before she presents herself, and that she stinks, and she's like, well, there's a lot of crap in the mud, like, I'm sorry. And then she walks in, and the first thing Rachel Weisz says to her is like, oh, I had no idea the sewer ends up here. And it's just like, Jesus Christ. And you find out in the next sentence of dialogue that she called for her. She sent for her to work here. It's insane. She's horrible. But yeah, you get this little triangle going on where all three of them are playing each other. Like Rachel Weisz is like she's kind of like the puppet master for the queen. She's pretty much running the kingdom in the story. But the queen is playing Abigail against her, and Abigail's playing the queen against her, and they're all three just messing with each other, and it's intoxicating. It's a really cool story.
Good ride.
It's a good dark comedy where you take like all the political backstabbing and melodrama from like a Game of Thrones, and you kind of lampoon it. Like it's really good. I really enjoyed the whole narrative's great. Some really good jokes. Great. I don't want to call it subtlety, because it's not really that subtle, but there's a couple shots that are just like they sum up exactly what's going on. There's one in particular that I really like, and I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's the...
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch it.
Yeah, you need to watch it, dude. I really enjoyed it. Just the storytelling's really good, and I haven't watched this other guy's stuff, like Killing of a Sacred Deer, and I think he did The Lobster.
Did he do it's the guy who made The Lobster.
It's the director, but I don't think it's the same writer.
But yeah. I heard Killing of a Sacred Deer was really good.
Yeah, I heard Killing of a Sacred Deer was really good, and I heard that The Lobster was really good.
I heard The Lobster is like a very acquired taste,
because it's on the Netflix.
I heard it was Netflix. It's on the Netflix.
It's on the Netflix. It's on Netflix, so I'm gonna check that out, dude. I have it on my watch list. I gotta watch that one. But no, I really really like the way it's. Like I said, I loved the way it was shot. I loved the way it was lit. I loved the design of this movie. Really spoke to me more than the story, because like I've seen the story before, but everybody's performances sell it really well. It's like almost watching a Shakespearean, more serious.
Just everything comes together and complements. And
the end of the movie is just like, oh shit! At what price, victory? It's really really good. It's really really good.
Well, that is good to know, because that was
definitely deserved all the praise it got.
Yeah, and that was definitely like top of my list
it's very 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 funny.
On the ones that I've missed, yeah, I was ready for that one. It looked
And
right up my alley.
It's
so I'm glad to hear it.
it's like Three Billboards with its dark comedy, where it's like really grounded in like a humanity and stuff like that. But it's like got that British twist to it, so it's like it's more
British
deadpan
twist
and more
and time period thing going on.
It's all these subtle like, well, don't you look a mess, and stuff like that. It's really good. All the scenes with Nicholas Hoult are great. He's great in the movie. I really enjoyed him. Yeah, Emma Stone did a great job. I didn't know Emma Stone was in the movie. I spaced on that.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, no, but she's fantastic in the movie. I'm really enjoying her the more she works.
Yeah.
Well, because like back in the day, I was just like, oh, she does like dumb boner comedy movies and stuff. And then like I liked her in The Help, but
that movie has its problems.
The Help, I'm not that big on. Yeah, because I feel like that movie just tonally shifts for no reason.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care to spoil of The Help. Yeah, once there's a shit pie literally involved, the whole kind of like tension balloon that the movie had going kind of just deflates.
Yeah, well, like it's got this great serious storyline, and then out of nowhere, it's a boner comedy. That doesn't
so weird.
That doesn't work for me.
So weird. The resolution was, we know you ate shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You got mouth problems now because you ate a poop pie.
I think the herpes was way before the poop pie. Yeah, I thought she was all right in that too. I couldn't put my finger on what the hell she was doing in La La Land. She won Best Actress for that.
Yeah, well, you said you couldn't figure out if her whole arc was that like she really sucks, or if
I don't want to spoil La La Land, but I was wondering if she did a spot on. It's like I was talking about with Christian Bale. Anyway, but I don't know if she's doing a spot on like bad actress.
Oh yeah,
but she makes it in the end. Did anybody think that she wouldn't? The ending is actually much more complex than that. And the ending of La La Land, if you haven't seen it, actually makes the whole movie. It would be very masturbatory if it was not for how the movie ends. It is beautiful. And not only that, the ending 15 minutes of fucking 10, 15 maybe of La La Land are exquisite. You said from a filmmaking point of view, from set design, from cinematography.
I think you'll like this one because of all the filmmaking that goes on in it.
I'm sure
it's very artistic. Yeah. It's very stylish.
But the thing is, then that didn't play in the story. My hypothesis of why her performance was odd. But then again, Ryan Gosling's performance, he's great, and his performance in it is kind of like, eh. He's like,
he's kind of.
I get he's ineffectual. But I don't know. I think it might be the direction. But then again, Damien Chazelle fucking directed him in another movie, fucking First Man, and it's fucking incredible.
It's amazing.
And Whiplash is one of my favorite movies.
I wonder if that's one of those things where like an actor's just more into the movie than he was in another film.
Yeah, and then the next thing I saw her in was Maniac, and she was I feel like her real character was bad, but some of the characters she played, I actually really enjoyed. So, I don't know. I'll have to see this.
But it could just be that you don't like the character.
You know what I mean? She could just be, she's all
really
over the
good
place.
in this movie as a conniving schemer.
I'll have to watch it to make a final judgment call on her final.
Yeah.
Look out for that. Anyway.
That hot take.
But yeah, she's always been up and down with me, but it's good to hear that I mean, she's out there killing it.
Dude,
so.
I think Emma Stone's great, and I look forward to seeing more from her. Definitely, if I had to pick between the two big ones, like her and Jennifer Lawrence, I doubled down on Emma Stone before I doubled down on Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, she's had success post Best Actress.
Yeah.
Winning Best Actress. And
I feel like Jennifer Lawrence has just kind of gotten pretentious.
Jennifer Lawrence did Red Sparrow.
Yeah. Black Widow, the movie.
Yeah.
Well, La Femme Nikita, the movie.
Yeah. She did Red Sparrow, and I don't know if Passengers was before or after that. Probably before.
It was before Passengers. It was before Red Sparrow. God, what a terrible movie.
Passengers,
I feel like that movie was good at one point, and then it got butchered somewhere. Because, like, when Passengers first starts, I'm I'm into it for a
Mm-hmm.
while. And then like when she wakes up and everything's good for a while in Passengers, and then like it's just
It's
like
when
they
Lawrence
didn't know
Fishburne.
where to
It's when
go.
Lawrence Fishburne wakes up.
No,
it's
that's
bad.
when it got the worst.
Yeah,
but before that, it was just kind of like, all right, like who cares? You know, I don't know. It was.
It's bad. I recently saw a big chunk of it not too long ago again, and I was like, ugh, that's too. Yeah, forget about Passengers. Don't even worry about it. Yeah,
But
no,
like,
for sure.
I
She just
feel
hasn't
like-
done anything since, and it's Emma Stone's out there, in fucking Best Picture nominated movies and shit.
Well, dude, I feel like she just got kind of cocky, got a little arrogant, and like, she's dating Aronofsky, and he's pretension.
Are they still?
I think so.
Oh, she was in. Oh, never mind. Yeah, she was in
Mama.
Mother. Yeah, she was in Mother.
Mama?
Mama was different.
Mama I liked.
Yeah,
Mama was really good.
I haven't seen Mother, and I do like Aronofsky.
I
so-
tried to watch Mother.
Okay. I know it's not subtle at all.
Oh,
It's-
no.
but-
Well, it's not subtle, and it's a mess. Like, it's just, it's one of those,
but it's a mess by design, right?
Yeah, it's a mess by design, but it's like, I feel like that makes it worse, dude. It's just, like, it's so pretentious and so full of itself, and just like, do you get it?
Yeah. I know. I forgot about Mother. But
It's one of those movies
that
that,
did okay.
that jackasses go see and pat themselves on the back for recognizing the subtext, quote unquote.
it's. I would have to disagree because I don't think that anybody could watch that movie and not get it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Because they were able to get it.
Yeah, they're just like, oh yeah, I don't know, yeah, you don't like it because you didn't get it. Like,
I was
that's
thinking,
one of those movies.
What's the other one with Joaquin Phoenix? Like that's the one where douchebags fucking talk about getting it.
Oh, what are you talking about? Inherent Vice.
Inherent Vice.
That movie's such a piece of
Inherent
shit.
Vice is where douchebags go to pat themselves on the back,
See,
and
I
they
feel like Mother
and they
was the
didn't
same.
get it.
See, I feel like The Mother was the same kind of movie, dude. Where I'm just like, oh my god, yeah, I get, yeah, you're real smart. It's like Fight Club.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It is like Fight Club, where people do get it.
Yeah.
But that's where I think the difference between them is you're pretending to understand Inherent Vice. It's just a mess of bullshit.
Oh yeah. No. It's but like I
Mother
feel
is
like,
there for you to get. It has a purpose.
Yeah, it's there
and
for you.
fucking-
Yeah, it's there for you to get, but that doesn't stop people being like, "Oh, well, you didn't like it because you didn't
Get it.
It's
Okay, I
actually
get you.
secretly. It's like fucking. I was arguing with somebody about Gravity, and they were like, "If you actually understood what Gravity was about, you wouldn't like it."
What the fuck is Gravity about?
I don't fucking
What's there?
know. He couldn't tell me.
I know what it's about.
Yeah.
It's fucking about putting Sandy Bullock on wires and having impressive CGI
and visuals.
Yeah, and visuals and fucking no story.
Well, and like in defense of those people, I hear people do that. People get mad about Neon Demon, and I'm just like, well, Neon Demon's kind of on the nose,
Neon Demon, straight on the nose.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Neon Demon is, you remember the fucking 90s?
Or Drive. People do it about
Yeah.
Drive too, and I'm just like, God, come on, guys.
What do people say about Drive?
Well, people they get mad about Drive because it wasn't like the action fucking,
Oh.
I
Yeah,
expected
yeah.
Baby Driver from Drive, and it's just like, well, it's not that movie.
No,
it's
it
different,
was a noir
But then
film.
you get people that are just like, well, you're an idiot and you don't understand Drive, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, this isn't a complex.
There's
film.
nothing to get about Drive.
Yeah.
It's a noir film.
It's basically like people trying to add complexity to something that doesn't make
Yeah, I get it.
It's trying to grandstand. I
yeah.
guess.
We're Catcher in the Rye.
And that's how I felt about Mother. Yeah, exactly. Like edgelords,
Edgelords.
Yeah.
Precisely. Well,
It
shit.
and that just gets on my nerves.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it gets on my nerves watching Mother. It got on my nerves watching Mother because I'm just like, oh God, this is one of those movies where guys who have read a book act like they're geniuses, And
Yeah.
it's, oh God.
I haven't seen all of Aronofsky's work, but he's done this before.
He does it a
Of
lot.
like, we get it.
Noah.
I as much as I love Requiem for a Dream, I mean the main thing is like drugs are bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, it's still a great movie.
yeah, I really like it, but it's the whole point of the film is just like drugs will ruin your life.
I
and
feel like-
you'll go ass to ass, bro. Well, not you, but Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly will. No, the thing that I'll say is like fucking artistic filmmaking does not make it intelligent, and that's what I feel like a lot of people think. They're just like, oh yeah, well I like this movie, so I've obviously got a clue. It's very artistic,
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of those art for art's sake movies, they get that kind of reputation, and it's like, no, this is just art. Just appreciate the art of it and stop being a douchebag.
Yeah, I like certain art house films, and it's usually because of the simplicity, like going overly complex, or at least claiming that it's more complex than it is.
Well, it's Valerian falls into that group a lot, dude, where people are like, well, you just didn't get it. And it's like, there's nothing to fucking get about the movie. It's just pretty.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's Avatar falls into that group a lot.
Dances with Wolves.
Racism is bad. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We should love the environment, and indigenous peoples.
Yeah.
Wow.
If there's anything wrong with that?
No, I
know.
I'm saying, yeah, those themes. Wow, they're so new.
Yeah.
In film. I also watched a movie, Josh. It's not a Best Picture nominee. In fact, I'm not sure if it was nominated for any Oscars. Why are we still talking about the Oscars? Anyway.
Because it's March.
It's true. It was a
I don't know what that
Steven
means.
Spielberg produced film.
What does that mean these days?
I don't
really?
know. I think he was an executive producer. It's
I was gonna say,
it's
wasn't
also
it-
a Michael Bay produced film.
Oh, I was gonna say, isn't it DreamWorks and Michael Bay's studio?
I
So
think
like,
so.
who cares? I feel like Michael Bay maybe had more of a hand.
This
in
was
it.
made, and I think Tencent Pictures made this as well. So Chinese, they love robots. Anyway, I watched. They're the whole reason these movies are still existing. When I saw Tencent come up, I was like, Tencent makes movies now. They make everything, by the way. They're spying on us all the time.
Well, I was gonna say there's also that I think it's Middle Eastern that did
Alibaba Films. Yeah.
Alibaba that
Yeah.
did what was it, Star Trek Beyond?
Did Star Trek? I think they were involved in Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but Tencent is they're just like the Chinese conglomerate that they own Epic Games, they own
really?
They own you'll like buy shampoo and be like, oh, Tencent. They're the ones who are putting the chips in the phones, the Huawei phones. And it's they're evil corporate. They're evil Chinese corporation number one. But I thought it was very funny that I'm just like. The Chinese were like, we need more Transformers.
We need more giant robots.
And as weird as bad as that could turn out, it turns out that if you get rid of Michael Bay and have a script, it's possible to make a Transformers movie that's actually pretty good.
Really?
Maybe even more than pretty good. Actually, just good.
I love how because you told me about this right off the bat that you saw it before when I got here, and I was just like, so is it as good as they say? Is it like it's good as the first one, or is it better? And you're like, and even now you were just like, pretty good. It's like you don't want to call it good, but like you thought it was really good
because it's not. Because man. It depends.
Well, let's start. Let's start then with what you thought was wrong with it. I haven't seen it, so.
Well, here's the thing. I've gotten into this pattern of making you sound like an idiot for no reason. when it's that's not how I'm trying to make you sound, or a simpleton. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I've gotten used to it
Sorry.
over 60 something episodes. 60,
I think
50.
that you will enjoy it more than I do.
You piece of
Despite
shit.
liking it a lot. And I realize I've said this recently a lot.
Oh, so it's a movie for dum-dums.
No. It's and I haven't put my finger on what I mean by that yet. And I've done it to you a lot recently and I feel like a jerk.
You fucking should. It hurts.
I'm able to roll my eyes at okay, here's a good example. Listen to our Kong Skull Island episode. And I think this is where our where we differ, where I say it's cheese dick, roll my eyes, and I didn't like it. And you go, but that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
And that's why I liked it.
Yeah.
And I'm capable of doing that as well.
See, but yeah, I was gonna say, but to contradict you, we both love the Pacific Rim movies.
Yes, exactly.
And we both loved Aquaman, and Aquaman is corn straight through. That's just a corn festival.
Amazing,
it's a fantastic film.
And I struggled to explain my point even in that episode. So forgive me if I'm not able to put my finger on it with this one. So it is probably one of the best Transformers movies when it comes to Cybertron and the Transformers.
With the Transformers franchise, like in defense of a movie I've not seen, you're always gonna get cheese because it's a toy line. It was a product entirely created for toy sales.
Exactly. Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, no, for sure. Considering the source material, yeah, of course. And that's what I mean. This part is like cheese dick, robots, cheesy, fucking evil robots versus good robots. Just nonsense. But it's great. And you got Optimus, and he's cool.
I love
He's actually fucking cool.
Is he?
In this movie.
Does he actually kick ass? Because Prime sucks in every movie.
Yes. He's actually cool.
Good.
In this fucking movie.
Because I've been waiting for Prime to be Prime.
Yes.
I fucking love Optimus Prime.
And the Decepticons are it paints like a political landscape like the other ones didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Very briefly.
Okay.
And then it's mixed with a pretty good 80s teen movie. But also like Iron Giant, like a girl and her robot.
Kind of like a War Games, like, ET kind of thing, like feel.
Yeah, like 80s, an 80s coming of age, fucking like my family doesn't get me.
Yeah, but this robot does.
Kind of thing that makes you kind of roll your eyes.
Kind of thing, Goonies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, the performances and whatever, Haley Steinfeld's very good. I didn't see The Edge of 17. I think that was another film that she did that people said was really good. It was like a rated R teen movie. Yeah. Which they don't fucking make those anymore.
Oh, they stopped making those.
Yeah, and I heard people really like that. That was she starred in that.
I'll have to check that out. I know I liked her, and she was Gwen in Spider-Man.
Was she?
In Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, she was Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man, and I really enjoyed Gwen in that movie.
Oh, same.
Yeah. But no, dude, and then like her first movie was fucking the Coen Brothers True Grit, and she's fantastic in True Grit.
Yeah. So she's killing it with her role. But like I said, it's set in the late 80s. So there's a little bit of reference, a little bit of VHS tapes and what have you. But her performance on top of the animation that they did for Bumblebee in this
went to the Blockbuster and rented Halloween 2. Would you like to watch Halloween 2? We can eat Pizza Hut and drink Crystal Pepsi.
There's not a lot of that. Fuck, I really want to spoil a part of the movie. I really want to spoil it.
Don't, because I didn't spoil any of the favorites.
To illustrate my point. Never mind. So
I'll fucking watch it after we're done.
On top of her performance, which is great, the animation on Bumblebee, and especially like in his, because he doesn't fucking talk.
Is he still got the radio bit?
He does, but he's just developing that throughout the movie. Okay. You know what I mean? But early on, he does not talk. Okay. So the expressions and what's going on, like their relationship,
all through
it's all. Yeah, it's all so great.
I'm trying to think of another movie where they had a CGI character that didn't speak, and it was all facial animations and stuff.
WALL-E?
Was it WALL-E? Yeah.
WALL-E. Yeah. So that was all top fucking notch. The action is comprehensible.
No.
Yes.
That I did what?
So
that doesn't happen in a Michael Bay Transformers movie.
I know. Well, he didn't direct it.
It doesn't happen in a Ninja Turtles movie, also not directed by him.
No, that's true. But it's also okay, never mind. I was gonna say it's also not fully CGI, but I guess both of them are a little. But there's no CGI characters other than the Transformers. There's no CGI characters other than the Turtles.
Other than the giant robots.
Oh God. So predictability is an issue that I have if I'm able to be like, oh, and I bet you this is going to happen.
Well, yeah, you're going to get that.
Even if it's good, it makes me go like, stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That being said, all of it comes together very, very, very well. And something I was not expecting, I guess this will be a spoiler, something I was not expecting is that this is legitimately ties in with the other movies.
Okay.
I thought that it was just going to be a standalone, like, fuck, the other movies don't exist.
Yeah.
They actually, near the end of it, tie it in. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, this great movie is, like, soon to come. Terrible.
Did you enjoy this? Because it's gonna suck afterwards. The first one's decent.
It just is a lot of fun. And
Does he turn into the Camaro at the end of the movie?
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Of course he fucking does.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
I was gonna say like that's got to be the big tie-in where he's just like, now I'm a Camaro.
Yeah, but there's more along with it.
Yeah.
So, it knows when to, like, all right, we're going to have some emotional family bits here, and we're going to do that. It's like kind of cookie cutter and predictable, but like somehow you're like, it's a Transformers movie. And they're like playing it safe with like a plot structure and what you would expect, instead of like a double triple cross and 3 fucking plots coming together with incomprehensible action. And it's like, wait, if you just take a decent script with like the basics and get some good performances and lean on the fact that Transformers are cool and make like 1 or 2 likable characters, boom, you got yourself a movie. And I hate to praise it too much.
Kind of like Force Awakens did.
Kind of, yeah. But it's like, I hate to praise it too much because I'm an asshole. But like, yeah. And it all just mixed together very well. And I think it's fucking greater than the sum of its parts. Because while I'm breaking it down, you're just like, who cares?
Well, it's kind of how Aquaman was for me, where I was just like, I could hate this movie because it's so cookie cutter and so,
And this movie's under 2 hours long, so.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
That's Aquaman's biggest strike against it for
that's
me.
the hugest strike against. It's so long. Yeah. It doesn't need to be as long as it does.
So, yeah, I really think you will enjoy it, and I don't want to talk too much about it.
Okay.
But yeah, the faults of it are that it's predictable and cheese dick in all the ways you would think. But the parts that it does right and the simplicity of the movie and the plot.
It's not overcomplicated where you've got like hackers and soldiers and
no, exactly. It's exactly what you think it is.
So what you're saying is they had one storyline, they had one script, and didn't decide to amalgamate 7 different movies? Because that's what was wrong with every other movie, was they had like 6 different scripts and said, well, why don't we just put them all together? Like a Transformer does.
Yeah. It's... If this was the start of what could lead up to the Avengers of the Transformers universe, where they're all together,
you'd be on board
fighting the Decepticons, but instead it ties in and goes, no, those are canon. And I'm like, fuck.
They're not actually restarting.
Yeah,
anything.
shit. They're
That
not
sucks.
restarting anything.
I think it'd be cool if they had if they rebooted the Transformers and set them in the 80s.
I agree.
Because that's where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but I'm still looking forward to the movie because I really was kind of back and forth and back. More so, I was more back and forth on Bumblebee because I really wanted to see it, but I was really nervous about it than I was like on say like Venom, which I'm just not gonna watch Venom. I don't need to watch Venom.
Yeah, I probably will never watch it.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's too long.
I'd rather just watch more Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse because I know they're going to be good. And I was back and forth on that one. That's one. That's one where I was like, I don't know, and Bumblebee was along the same lines, and Spider-Man paid off.
I was never back or
Bumblebee's
forth. I was just kind of like, dude, I skipped the last 2 Transformers, so I don't really give a shit.
I watched,
and then I just heard it was good, and then I'm like,
I watched one of the last ones. It was either the final one,
The Last Night.
Was the Last Night the last Transformers movie?
That would be the last Transformers movie before
Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's the one I watched.
The one with Odin. How come I can't think of his name right now?
Anthony Hopkins. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's the one I watched. Jesus Christ.
I hear it's really, really bad.
Dude.
Because the one before that with TJ Miller and Mark Wahlberg, Which I think Mark Wahlberg is also in The Last Night, but
Yeah.
the one before that, I was just like, this is fucking terrible.
I watched the beginning of that one and turned it off.
Yeah. I get to when the boyfriend shows up with his cool car.
Yeah, and it turns into like a fucking Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then...
Yeah. Which I kept waiting for it to be like a secret Transformer. It never is. No, I watched until, my spoilers, I guess, till TJ Miller dies.
Yeah,
and he dies,
which is right after that.
And he dies in the most ridiculous way that I was just like, this is stupid.
That's when I stopped watching it.
Yeah, that's exactly when I stopped it. No, but I watched The Last Night in its entirety.
Wow.
It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It does all the Transformers hallmarks where things happen because they need to happen. Like Prime's not there, but he is there. And there's a dragon Transformer and he's riding the dragon.
Sweet.
But the dragon's also the bad guy, but now he's riding the dragon, so the dragon's good. Where did this the dragon Transformer, by the way, comes out of nowhere. Like there's just a giant 3-headed dragon Transformer. The movie makes no sense. It's so bad. It's really, really, really bad. And it blows my mind that like Josh Duhamel got away from it where he was just like, I don't want to make these movies. They're dumb. I don't want to do this anymore. And then he came back for this one. And I'm like, why are you here? And he's barely in the movie. So it's terrible. It's a terrible movie. So it makes me glad to hear that Bumblebee is actually worth watching.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say about that. You know what movie I was thinking about? I was thinking about Mission Impossible Fallout. We talked about that movie. That's a great movie. I think it's better than John Wick.
I'm not continuing this conversation. I already had this conversation. I was told to shut up.
Dude, it's got fake face masks. It's got motorcycle car chase. It's got helicopters.
It's got helicopters. Yeah, dude, I could go on, and I wanted to.
It's got a Henry Cavill bathroom fight.
With a sweet-ass mustache.
Yeah, with a sweet mustache.
Fucking dope as hell.
I mean, it ruined Justice League. That's all that ruined.
That was the only thing that ruined Justice League.
Dude.
And Joss Whedon.
And Joss Whedon. In a couple weeks, that'll be... because next episode, it won't be out yet. It'll come out that same week. I wonder if it's going to be good.
Talking about Shazam?
Shazam, sorry. Yeah, Shazam. Fucking...
Is that next week?
It's not. It will not be out this Friday, so it'll be out next Friday. So we'll have one more episode, and then we'll have the Shazam.
That's right. It's April
episode.
5th or something.
April
like
5th.
That.
Yeah. Dude,
I have hope.
I wonder.
I'm liking this new DC direction where they're just like, hey, why don't we just make fun superhero movies?
I was going to say, because here's the thing.
Drop all the douchebag fucking mentality.
I heard it's from the guy who made Annabelle Creation. Which doesn't instill a lot of confidence. But that being said, he was during like post-production or maybe even during production. He was on Film Riot's podcast. And he was talking about like he's having discussions at the studio and talking to people and doing stuff. And then like next thing you know, he's like, and we're like doing pre-production stuff. And he's like, wait a minute, I think I'm directing this movie now. Like it kind of like grew organically. Like I think it might be people's vision of the movie and less of a Justice League hack job of changing literally CGI characters to make a different movie and Suicide Squad of re-editing it after the fact to make a different movie. And I'm like, you know what? The guy doesn't
actually letting directors have a vision and go forward.
Exactly. The guy doesn't have a track record that I particularly care for, but this is also on a whole nother level of budget and production and whatever.
It's also a totally different type of movie.
Totally different type of movie. And I'm like, you know what? I think it might just be what it looks like. And it's a funny romp of a kind of like ridiculous character concept.
Well, like you were saying about Bumblebee, where you're just getting this ridiculous teen story of, and it's, I think we're doing that kind of thing. I think it's going to be kind of in the vein of like Spider-Man Homecoming, Bumblebee, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where you got the teen and he's trying to be a hero and everything, which is always fun to watch. Like if I'm going to watch an origin story, give me a kid.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
They're cool to watch.
I agree. I'm just I'm wondering if there's gonna be any meddling in that movie.
I hope
because
not.
even Aquaman has a bit.
Aquaman has a teensy bit. Fucking Wonder Woman had a lot, and it kind of, but it only ruins like the last 5 minutes of the film.
That's it. Yeah.
And the last 5 minutes of anything doesn't wreck an entire film.
Oh,
for me.
absolutely
I
not.
still love 10 Cloverfield
I was
Lane.
just about to say 10 Cloverfield Lane.
10 Cloverfield Lane is a great fucking movie.
He's making the Uncharted movie, by the way.
Ooh, they're actually doing it.
Yes. Yeah.
Who's playing Nathan Drake?
Spider-Man.
Tom Holland?
Yeah. It's a young Nathan Drake. Anyway, he's directing it after I forget who dropped out.
All right.
And you can go back. You can go back on the Totally Rad show, which he did, which was on Rev 3.
Yeah.
And he's talking about like they were like reviewing one of the games that had just come out, and he's like, "I'd love to make a movie of this this franchise." And it's like, and there he is.
Now he's doing
and
it.
Now he's doing it.
Now he's
I'm
doing
like,
it.
You know what? Good for that guy.
Well, it's kind of
I
funny.
always like Dan Trachtenberg.
Well, that makes me think of the Deadpool thing, because they made the joke during the Joe Kelly fucking arc, which is the best written Deadpool ever. There's a reason he wrote so many issues of Deadpool, and why. Anyway, he made the joke in like the first issue about how he's gonna Ryan Reynolds is gonna play him, and then fucking eventually Ryan Reynolds is kind of self-fulfilling prophecy almost.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, dude. Good for
Yeah,
him.
even on the total, because they were Rev 3. I talked about Film Right as well. They used to be part of that.
Yeah.
They also talked about the original Cloverfield, and it's like him reviewing. You know, it's rare that you see somebody who is like doing film reviews, like web film reviews, like going off and directing
and
movies
actually
after
become putting his money where his mouth is almost. Yeah, that's kind of cool, dude.
Yeah,
man, I miss Rev 3, man.
For sure. I mean, Film Riot's still around. Literally nothing else is.
No, I was gonna say, all that's gone, dude. Rev 3 Games is gone.
Some of the guys from the Totally Rad show, he's directing shit now. What's his name? How come I cannot think of his name? He does a gaming podcast.
Schofield?
No. No. We're way off base here. It doesn't matter. They're all somewhere, but a lot of them are doing very, very little when it comes to like web content creation.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I work at Blizzard doing.
Yeah, no, they scattered to the wind. It just kind of makes me sad, because like Rev 3 was like the new tech TV.
Exactly. They paved the way and then crumbled.
Yeah.
It's like without them, we probably wouldn't be where we are now.
Oh yeah.
But they were ahead of their time.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, you can follow us on all major podcasting apps, including Stitchers, iTunes, Google, and SoundCloud. At Mighty Fish Pod on Twitter. MightyFishPodcast@gmail.com. You can send us an email there.
Hit us up with your questions, like we said.
Questions, you can do them right here, right now on the SoundCloud, if that's where you are. You can do it right here, right now in the comments underneath this YouTube video, if that's where you choose to listen. If you're on iTunes or any of those, you can leave us a review. That's a good place to do it. A 5-star review would be nice. Other than preferable. As we've said in many...
Even if you don't think that, it helps us get visibility.
Yeah. Oh, God. You're shilling too hard. Like we've said a million times, leave some feedback, unless it's bad.
If you're going to open
unless it's bad, then don't.
Yeah, don't. Don't make us sad.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it. This has been a fun one. I've enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
I have
been Ryan.
Especially the part where you called me dumb for enjoying things.
I'm all over the place. I've had a few millies.
Yeah. I'm still Josh.
A few milli lights. And by that point, I was like, dude, I have a point here. It's not coming to me.
I'm still Josh. And always will be.
Okay, bye.